Traveling in 2026 feels different, doesn't it? The TSA has been rolling out advanced new scanners across the country, and by now, they're everywhere. In fact, according to a major TSA announcement released this month, over 50 major U.S. airports are now deploying AI-powered CT scanners that can analyze the shape, density, and internal composition of every single item inside your bag, flagging risks faster and more aggressively than ever before. That means electronics, batteries, chargers, and everyday tech that used to pass quietly are now being stopped, searched, and confiscated at record levels. This isn't about new rules, it's a brand new era of strict enforcement powered by artificial intelligence. And the scary part? Most travelers still have no idea what's suddenly getting flagged. That's why today we're breaking down the 17 electronics most likely to be confiscated in 2026 so you don't lose hundreds of dollars in seconds or miss your flight because of one simple mistake. 17. The innocent cable trap. Most travelers never suspect they're charging cables, yet in 2026, damaged, frayed, overheated, or modified cables are becoming one of the quietest reasons for bag inspections and confiscations. Advanced scanners can now detect irregular copper density, melted insulation, internal breaks, and exposed shielding that signal fire risk. A cable that once simply worked may now be flagged instantly. Security officers are trained to remove anything that looks like it could spark, short circuit, or overheat under cabin pressure and temperature shifts. This includes cheap aftermarket cords, braided cables with internal breaks, fast-charging cables showing heat damage, and any cord with electrical tape repairs. Even power extension cables and multi-head chargers are being stopped if they show abnormal current pathways. One overlooked wire can quietly derail an otherwise smooth journey. 16. The overbuilt travel adapter. Universal travel adapters seem harmless, but modern high-output versions are increasingly flagged because of their dense internal transformers, capacitors, and circuit boards. In 2026, scanners analyze internal electrical architecture, and bulky multi-socket adapters now resemble industrial converters, triggering inspections. Cheap models often contain unstable voltage regulators, thin insulation, and overheating-prone coils, which increases confiscation risk. If your adapter includes built-in power banks, surge modules, USB fast chargers, or international plug systems stacked together, it becomes even more suspicious. Officers are trained to isolate devices capable of voltage instability or internal overheating. Damaged housings, cracked plastic, loose prongs, and modified adapters are instant red flags. Choosing smaller, safer adapters reduces inspection delays and prevents unnecessary device loss. Sometimes, less functionality means far fewer problems. 15. The forgotten backup phone. Many travelers carry an old backup phone for emergencies, but these aging devices are increasingly targeted due to degraded lithium batteries. Over time, phone batteries swell, develop internal instability, and become unpredictable fire risks, especially under altitude pressure changes. Advanced scanners detect battery density inconsistencies, triggering immediate bag checks. Phones showing cracked screens, warped backs, bulging cases, or overheating signs often fail inspection. Officers are trained to remove devices with compromised battery structures, even if they power on normally. A backup device should add security, not create risk. Outdated electronics now attract scrutiny, and sometimes leaving old devices behind prevents serious complications at the airport. 14. The smartwatch charging cradle. Smartwatch chargers, docking stations, and magnetic cradles appear harmless, yet newer scanner systems often flag their dense copper coils and inductive charging plates. These components resemble wireless power transmitters, triggering additional screening. Off-brand cradles frequently lack internal insulation, creating overheating risk. Cracked housings, exposed wiring, or magnetic contact corrosion further elevate suspicion. If the device cannot be clearly identified as safe consumer electronics, officers may confiscate it. Keeping charging accessories neatly coiled and separated improves scan clarity. Something as small as a watch charger can unexpectedly delay screening and disrupt your pace. Clean, organized packing quietly prevents unnecessary stress and protects your gear. 13. The cheap Bluetooth speaker. Low-cost Bluetooth speakers are increasingly flagged due to oversized lithium batteries, thin casings, and unstable internal wiring. Budget models often prioritize loud output over safety margins, making them vulnerable to overheating. Advanced scanners easily detect large battery cores combined with acoustic chambers, creating profiles similar to prohibited electronics. Cracked plastic, rattling components, distorted audio, or loose charging ports instantly raise red flags. If officers suspect compromised insulation or thermal instability, confiscation becomes likely. Always pack brand-certified speakers with intact housings and visible specification labels. Keep speakers powered off and stored away from pressure-heavy areas inside bags. A tiny speaker problem can cause unexpected delays, secondary screening, and unwanted stress at security checkpoints. 12. The laptop cooling pad. Laptop cooling pads, especially fan-powered versions, are becoming more common targets for inspection due to their dense motor assemblies and unusual wiring patterns. Cheap models often contain exposed fan blades, unstable soldering, and inconsistent insulation, which scanners quickly identify. When these pads show cracks, bent frames, or loose connectors, officers assume elevated electrical risk. Cooling pads with multiple USB-powered fans appear similar to industrial ventilation devices, prompting closer evaluation. If internal wiring appears cluttered or modified, confiscation becomes more likely. To avoid trouble, only travel with slim, brand-certified cooling pads in excellent condition. In modern security environments, bulky electronics now demand higher safety standards, and simplicity always passes faster. 11. The magnetic phone mount. Magnetic phone mounts, especially dashboard and car vent models, often contain powerful neodymium magnets combined with metal plates and adhesive pads. These dense metal concentrations can trigger scanner alerts and secondary screening. Large magnets create imaging distortions, prompting officers to manually inspect items. Cheap mounts frequently include poorly shielded magnets and exposed metal edges, raising safety concerns. Adhesive-based mounts that appear modified or disassembled further elevate suspicion. Always pack compact, brand-certified mounts with smooth casings and visible labels. Avoid oversized models designed for trucks, tablets, or heavy-duty use. Something designed for convenience in your car can easily become a delay at the airport. Understanding how scanners interpret dense materials helps you pack smarter and move through security with confidence. Number 10. The overloaded USB hub. Multi-port USB hubs are essential for travelers, yet heavily loaded models are increasingly flagged due to complex internal circuitry and dense power routing. Hubs supporting laptops, monitors, charging stations, and data transfer simultaneously create electrical signatures resembling power distribution modules, triggering inspections. Cheap hubs often contain thin wiring, unstable capacitors, and poor heat management, which scanners detect instantly. Devices showing loose ports, flickering connections, or cracked shells elevate suspicion further. Always carry compact, high-quality hubs with proper certification and intact housing. Avoid oversized docking stations when flying, as they invite unnecessary scrutiny. Smart packing turns potential obstacles into smooth transitions, saving time, stress, and frustration. Number 9. The silent tracker tag. Bluetooth tracking tags slipped inside bags feel harmless, yet modern scanners quickly identify their dense battery cores and embedded transmitters, triggering closer inspection. In 2026, officers are trained to isolate unknown wireless electronics that transmit signals, especially when multiple tags appear in one bag. Cheap trackers often lack shielding, increasing overheating risk and electromagnetic interference. If a tag appears cracked, taped, swollen, or modified, confiscation becomes highly likely. Some travelers unknowingly stack trackers inside luggage linings, shoes, or electronics cases, creating abnormal scan patterns that force bag checks. Always use branded tracking tags, avoid stacking multiples together, and pack them openly in visible pockets. Remove damaged units immediately. One misplaced tag can quietly delay screening, trigger questioning, and derail your security flow, turning convenience into frustration in seconds. 8. The inflatable travel pillow pump. Modern inflatable travel pillows often include tiny electric air pumps that appear harmless but trigger suspicion due to their dense micromotors and lithium batteries. Scanners detect these compact mechanisms easily, especially when bundled with clothing or toiletries. Cheap inflators frequently overheat, leak current, and develop unstable circuitry. If your pillow pump shows cracks, swelling, or loose wiring, officers are trained to confiscate it without hesitation. Many travelers forget these devices are battery-powered and unknowingly pack them in checked bags, increasing confiscation risk. Always pack inflatable pumps inside carry-on luggage, protect them in rigid cases, and power them off completely. Avoid low-quality models without clear labeling. Manual inflation pillows remain the safest option. A comfort accessory should never complicate security. Small electronic pumps now face heightened scrutiny, and overlooking them can unexpectedly cost you time, money, and peace of mind at the airport checkpoint. 7. The digital luggage scale. Digital luggage scales have become common travel tools, yet their compact lithium batteries and metal strain sensors increasingly trigger secondary inspections. Scanners identify their dense load cells and electronic circuitry, which resemble restricted measuring instruments. Cheap models often contain unstable battery compartments, thin wiring, and overheating-prone circuits. If a scale appears cracked, taped, corroded, or modified, officers may remove it instantly. Loose batteries inside these devices significantly elevate fire risk. Always travel with certified brands, intact casing, and clearly labeled battery ratings. Avoid carrying oversized industrial-style scales. Smart preparation means selecting simple, safe tools that glide through modern security systems without raising suspicion. 6. The compact tripod surprise. Compact tripods, especially those with metal ball heads, internal tension springs, and detachable spikes, often resemble mechanical components on scanners. Advanced imaging systems detect dense alloys and moving joints, prompting manual inspection. Cheap tripods may contain weak locking systems, exposed screws, and unstable structural elements that appear hazardous. If a tripod shows bending, cracks, loose hinges, or taped repairs, confiscation becomes likely. Carbon fiber models with metal cores attract less attention. Always choose travel-specific tripods with smooth, sealed construction and compact design. Avoid packing heavy-duty photography rigs in carry-on luggage. Proper tripod selection ensures faster clearance, reduced questioning, and uninterrupted travel momentum, keeping your creative journey focused on capturing memories, not navigating security setbacks. 5. The foldable keyboard risk. Foldable keyboards combine dense lithium batteries, circuit boards, and metal hinges that scanners analyze intensely. Cheap folding mechanisms often create irregular wiring patterns, raising suspicion. If a keyboard appears warped, taped, or partially disassembled, officers may confiscate it. Bluetooth modules, rechargeable batteries, and flexible circuitry all increase scrutiny. Always pack foldable keyboards inside protective cases, fully powered off, with intact casing and visible labeling. Avoid budget models lacking certification. Compact wired keyboards often travel with fewer issues, especially in an era of hypersensitive airport scanning technology. 4. The rechargeable flashlight. Rechargeable flashlights often contain high-density lithium batteries, copper coils, and metal housings that attract scanner attention. Tactical-style flashlights with heavy-duty construction are especially likely to trigger inspections. Cheap models frequently overheat, develop internal shorts, and show unstable wiring. If a flashlight appears modified, cracked, or taped, officers may confiscate it instantly. Large lumen-rated flashlights resemble industrial lighting devices, raising additional concerns. Choosing simple, safe lighting tools ensures smoother screening and protects your travel rhythm. 3. The multi-blade electric shaver. Multi-blade electric shavers contain dense motors, rotating assemblies, and lithium batteries that modern scanners scrutinize carefully. Older or off-brand shavers often show unstable wiring, worn insulation, and degraded batteries, triggering secondary screening. If casing damage, corrosion, or internal rattling is present, confiscation becomes likely. Moisture exposure worsens corrosion and electrical instability. Smart packing ensures smooth screening and keeps your routine intact while traveling. 2. The hidden power strip. Mini power strips packed for hotel convenience increasingly trigger alarms due to dense wiring clusters and internal surge protection circuits. Scanners detect their complex power routing, resembling distribution equipment. Cheap power strips frequently overheat and lack proper insulation, raising safety concerns. Damaged housings, loose outlets, and taped repairs significantly elevate confiscation risk. Choosing minimalist charging gear streamlines your experience and minimizes screening delays. 1. The lithium battery blind spot. The single greatest cause of confiscation in 2026 is improper handling of lithium batteries. Power banks, spare cells, device batteries, and embedded electronics now face strict enforcement. Unlabeled, oversized, damaged, or poorly protected batteries trigger immediate removal. Scanners analyze chemical density instantly, leaving no margin for error. Batteries in checked bags are confiscated without warning. Loose terminals, swollen casings, and worn insulation elevate fire risk dramatically. Smart travelers know watt-hour limits, protect terminals, carry spares in protective cases, and keep all lithium batteries inside carry-on luggage. Flying smart in 2026 is about awareness, preparation, and making smarter packing choices before you ever leave home. Because a few careful minutes today prevent hours of frustration tomorrow. And if you want to stay ahead of every travel change, keep learning, stay prepared, and keep moving forward. Click any of these videos on your screen, and I'll see you in a moment.